Hey guys, it's Allie, your friendly neighborhood white girl. I think I'm actually gonna move my camera just so I can get like some of this natural daylight coming in and showcasing just how fucking ugly I actually am. So let's just move the setup here. Whoopsie doop. Shoop diddy doop. Oh shit. Ah! The camera, it fell. Oh, how unfortunate. Hi. So, a thing I've been wanting to do is a mukbang, but I do not enjoy eating large amounts of food in one sitting. And I don't want to like fuck up my current diet plan and exercise regime. So I made this. It's like 90% carb because it's mostly pasta. It's a pasta salad. It's vegan. It's just like a bunch of different colors of bell pepper, green and yellow onion, some tomato. There's a little bit of lettuce in here. There's some pickles because I'm weird and I like pickles in my salad. Yeah, there's just a bunch of that stuff. There's some tofu in here. Let me see if I can catch a piece. It's like tofu, the tofu strips, and then some imitation crab meat, which is cool. Yeah, so I'm gonna eat this shit and figure out how to do mukbang. Ow. The thing about mukbangs I don't quite understand is like, it's inappropriate to talk with food in your mouth, but like, how do people stand like 20 minutes of silence in between like bites and like what is the point of these videos? I don't understand them. I'm making them because I know people watch them, but I don't get it. My almost boyfriend Matt. I call him almost boyfriend because we go back and forth about like being attracted to each other, not being attracted to each other. It's weird. He's from Australia. He watches these videos. He's hilarious. He's in the group chat that I have with all of my friends, and it's like, he's like the one that picks up the phone when I call at like 6 a.m. bored as shit. So, you know, we're close. He said that he likes watching videos like these because it's like some sort of uncomfortable for the person eating because they're eating way too much. I don't think you understand how big this bowl is. Like, it's the size of my head. This is way too much food. So, I'm eating this at 11:30, 11:40. So it can count as breakfast and lunch, so I don't have to eat those meals for today. And then for dinner, it's pizza night because it's Friday, so... A really nice thing about these videos is I don't have to edit them, because like typically they're not edited, which is nice because I enjoy filming videos. I just don't like staring at my own face while I edit and like listening to my dumbass voice, which sounds really self-deprecating, but like no one knows me more than me, and if you have to spend 24 hours with anybody, you're gonna start hating them. So like, imagine spending 19 years with one person and being in that one person's head. You're gonna fucking hate them either way. And I know people watch my videos, and like I get comments pretty soon after I upload from like a few super fans or whatever. I don't even know whether to call them fans or not, or just like weirdos on the internet who like to look at my ugly ass mug. I don't know, man. I should have probably grabbed a drink, but you know, there's vinegar in this. I should be fine. I wonder how many people actually like watch videos like this all the way through and don't like skip through like I do. Like, I watch Trisha Paytas, right? Most because Trisha's a fucking queen. Like, sometimes she annoys the shit out of me, and I always have to put her videos on like 0.5 speed because otherwise I can't understand what the fuck she's saying. But like, I kind of skip through the videos to get to like parts where she's talking about some juicy shit. So how many people actually watch these videos all the way through? You know what's weird? I don't have anything wrong with my teeth, like, besides, like, the look of them, because I know I have shitty teeth. But, like, the function is all there. It's all right. It all works okay. Why is it that I always chew on one side of my face? Like, I've met many people who have perfectly fine teeth that only chew on one side of their face. Is it just, like, a preference thing? I don't know. I made a video yesterday of me eating as well. It was like an ASMR eating video. Because my friend Caitlin got me this microphone and like a tripod, but the tripod came broken because Amazon is a bitch. And then a ring light thing that I have yet to use, mostly because I usually film just in daylight because that's the time of day that I have free. So the ring light I haven't used yet. I'm thinking about just like hooking it up to my phone and then using it for Snapchat selfies. I cannot take good selfies to save my fucking life because I'm ugly. So I just take selfies on Snapchat because for whatever reason, even without filters, Snapchat's camera is better than the camera that's just like on my phone, like the camera app. Which doesn't make any sense because it's using the same camera. Like, I'm coughing still. I know, I'm still sick. It's sex. But, yeah, like, it's still the same front-facing camera that I use on my phone because I don't use, like, a fancy camera or a computer setup. Like, if my videos are edited, I edit them on my phone. I just kind of sit down with some earbuds in, listen for vocal cues, and like watch my body language to figure out when I'm like stuttering or like can't remember what the fuck I'm supposed to be saying. And most of the time my stream of consciousness is pretty like straight on. I know what I'm gonna say before I say it, but there are moments where I will just stutter like that. Like I will wait a couple seconds in between what the fuck I'm supposed to be saying, and I repeat words a lot, like or like, or as is, or like, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me. I'm not good with the words, or the speaking, or the looking cute, or the knowing what the fuck I'm supposed to be doing. I need an adult. Do you ever, like, take a step back and think, like, Onision, he pays bills. Like, he's an adult. He has children that he, like, takes care of. Like, it's just so weird to me to think, like, these online personalities are real people, especially when they do dramatic shit like Greg does. Like, Onision, okay, he does dramatic shit in a regular basis. I'm stabbing my table with a knife right now, I'm sorry, because I can't focus on one thing at a time. But yeah, like, he does some out of pocket shit, right? And it freaks me out to think that he's, like, an actual person. Like, somebody raised that. Somebody popped that bitch out of their vagina, out of their ball sack, and raised that thing. It's like, I don't know. Just the idea that this person who, first of all, that I'm an actor, none of this is real, is just, like, 2018's version of it's just a prank, bro. Like, it's just a social experiment. That shit's so funny to me. And, like, I grew up on Greg's content. I really do enjoy his content. But I have a hard time separating the artists from their art form. When that artist proves to be, like, a really shitty person, I don't engage anymore, you know what I mean? Like, the whole thing with Johnny Depp beating his wife, I couldn't do it. Like, I got rid of all of my Johnny Depp movies. I haven't watched any of them. And like, it's really sad because Crybaby is one of my favorite movies of all time. But I can't separate the artist and their art form because 90% of the time the art form is the artist. Like, that's what they put all their heart and soul into. So it's like, I loved Melanie Martinez. I loved that music. It was, like, badass to me. It, like, spoke to me on my tiny little emo heart, that, like, fuck the world heart. And then, you know, the whole sexual assault thing came out, and I was like, well, guess I just lost a favorite artist. And now I'm obsessed with Billie Eilish. So it's like, I should eat more and stop fucking talking. Oh. But yeah, it's just, I cannot separate the art and the artist. Like, the art and the artist is the same fucking thing to me. So even though I heavily enjoy Onision's content, like, he tickles my funny bone like very few people do. And yeah, he's cute. He's really cute. But I can't separate that. Like, how shitty he is to his friends, to his family, to his fan base. Like, I can't separate that. And then the thing with Lainey is they support him in these things and don't speak up and don't, like, actively say, I do not condone this behavior. So if you stand for nothing, you fall for everything, meaning it pretty much means they back him. Like, they condone that behavior. And I can't, as much as y'all know I have a crush on Lainey and, like, a little bit obsessed, I can't do that anymore. I cannot engage in the material. I cannot engage with the person. Like, I deleted them off my Snapchat. It's that deep, fam. Like, I stopped watching the content. It has been. It's kind of sad. there is like a silver lining because, yeah, I lost the connection I had to Lady, but I really did gain a new appreciation and love for the content creator Madison DeCambra and for well shit, I can't breathe. And for like Slazo, he's this, I think he's 17 now, creator, and he's on YouTube. He's hilarious. He's got like this really deep voice, and he's totally jailbait. God, I sound like a horrible person, but he is. He's like really cute and has a really deep voice, and when I first started watching him, I thought he was like 20, 22. He ain't legal, fam. He's small baby bean. But yeah, he's funny, like really funny. He's one of the few content creators I can sit down and watch the entire video all the way through without taking a break. Because I have the attention span of a fucking squirrel on cocaine. Ow. 1 sec, I'm gonna pause for a thumbnail. For those of y'all who didn't know, I create all of my content by myself. I film the videos, I edit the videos, if I edit them. Sometimes I just post unedited content. But my thumbnails, because I'm a dumbass and I don't know how to work YouTube, my thumbnails are created by Kai, or K. My best friend of almost like 2 years that I still can't pronounce their fucking name correctly. But yeah, K. They are my best friend in the whole world. They're hilarious. They, 10 out of 10, had me dying laughing yesterday because I was talking to this like really cute redheaded guy, and he's like out of my league cute, you know what I mean? He's just so stupid. And he's like kind of clingy and kind of pervy, so it's like, he's one of those people that walks in a room, you see their face, and you're like, damn, and then they open their mouth, and you're like, damn. It's just sad. How long do you think it'll take before I upload an hour-long video? Comment. Leave it in the comments down below. Speaking of comments, my most recent videos have been overwhelmingly positive in review. I looked back at one of my old videos today because someone commented on it and was like, oh, 6 a.m., it's a really bright outside for 6 a.m., right? It was on my video about me having a flashback and what flashbacks feel like and what they sound like. And I read the other comments, and it was one of those videos that I avoided reading comments on just because it makes me uncomfortable to read the comments on my negative videos, like videos that come out of me having negative emotion. So I read the comments, and people are shitty. Like, people are really shitty. Someone was like, oh, happy to have another one, and then, like, someone was talking about my ex and all this other shit, and it's like, how fucking dare you comment on something you have no idea about? Like, people will comment on how I cheated on my ex because I posted lewd pictures to a group chat of friends, right? Completely ignoring the fact that he actually cheated on me, dick in vagina, cheated on me, and that he sent my nudes to my mom because I broke up with him, and like posted about me incessantly on a hate site because I broke up with him, because he was so manipulative and so controlling. Like, his most recent ex-girlfriend broke up with him for the exact same reason, and he retaliated against her in the exact same way. He is garbage, and people treat me like absolute shit over the fact that I broke up with him. And they're like, oh, you broke up with him for Lainey and you never talked about him. Yeah, I never talked about him because I know that the internet is a bunch of fucking assholes and would stalk the shit out of him. And I, at the time, thought I actually liked him and, like, was in love with him. And then I realized very quickly after he sent my nudes to my mom that I didn't want to be with him anymore because he was manipulative and controlling. And I don't need that. I don't need to be told who I am, what to do, where I should be, and where I can go, right? I am an adult. Like, no, you're not my father. In fact, my father was the main one telling me to break up with him because my dad was like, no, this is manipulative, this is controlling, this is a shitty person. And it's just like, you don't understand. Like, let me take a bite. One of the first conversations I ever had with my dad was about how heartbroken I was over my ex being a piece of shit to me. Like, he was so disinterested in who I was and what I had to say. He was only with me for what I looked like and for, like, the quote talents I had and how I interacted with people and my work ethic, and knowing that I would totally allow him to stay at home while I worked. That was the only reason he was with me. He wasn't with me because he loved me. He didn't know anything about me. He didn't know my middle name. He didn't care what I would do during the day. He couldn't remember when I told him that I was being raped by my stepdad. Like, you would think that you would remember your significant other telling you that they were being assaulted. But no, he doesn't remember that. Sure. And then he would text me incessantly. Like, if you talk to any of my IRL friends, he would text me incessantly. He would not leave me alone. It came to times where I would have to shut my phone off because he was tracking me through Google. Like, dude was insane. If you talk to my aunt, if you talk to Danielle, if you talk to Kip is gay on Twitter, like, insane amount of I'm following you, I know what you're doing, and like, no. But no, it was not a healthy environment for me at all. I burped. Good way to break the tension there. But yeah, he was not a good person. No, not a good person. Mm-mm. He would try to tell me what I could and couldn't wear, how much makeup I could and couldn't wear, what I could do with my hair. Like, Okay, so a while ago, while I was still like a giant fan of Greg, I was very active in his forums, and I entered my selfie on one of the Hot or Not videos. Now, out of the like 12 people in that video, only 3 people got called hot, me and 2 other girls. I was stoked, as you would be. It's like your idol telling you, hey, you're pretty. Like, who wouldn't be stoked? So I'm excited. I send this video to my ex. And he says, oh, I can see why you're excited. I'm like, pause. I'm going to give you the I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt, essentially, and say you're excited because he didn't call so many people pretty and you were one of the few. Like, that's what you meant, right? And he says, no, you're just not as pretty as the other girls in the video. And I'm like, fucking heartbroken, sobbing, crying. That's like, imagine your significant other says something like that to you. How would that make you feel? Anyway, back on topic. Comments suck. People are assholes. I've gone and done like live streaming on YouNow, and I've had people pop into my live streams and like call my uncle the N-word and like be just super racist. And then I tell people, hey, my dad's mixed, I'm mixed, and they just go fucking ham. Like, I'm very clearly a white girl, right? Like, I'm white as shit. And they just, like, call me things like the N-word. Like, just say the worst, most vile shit. And it's like, hey, I grew up Jewish. My family is Jewish. And, like, anti-Semitism all the way. People are shitty. Like, I don't want to bring up old shit, but, like, being emotionally and mentally abusive is still abuse and does lead to physical abuse. Like, I've had my ex, I wanted to go over to my friend Kip's house, right? Kip is a girl. We are very close friends. Kip lived a couple blocks away. I wanted to go over to the house and not stay with him in the house while the rest of my family wasn't there, right? He got mad because he had expected us to have sex. He took his phone and threw it against the wall and left a dent in the wall. Another time, I was having a bit of a really sad breakdown. My little brother, he's 5, this was when my stepdad was in rehab, I think the second time. My brother asked where his dad was, and that broke my fucking heart, and I was crying, and I was upset, and my ex kept trying to be sexual, and I was, like, not into it. So he got pissed off and, like, refused to talk to me the rest of the day, and was just being a huge dick, and it just... Then we went to the zoo with my mom and my little brother, and my brother and I were messing around. I picked him up and put him in one of the water spouts at the zoo because they had like this like playground thing. And I had said something to my ex. I don't remember what I said. And he picked me up and dropped me on the ground, and I like blacked out for a whole like 20 seconds. Could not remember being picked up. And the people who worked at the zoo had to come and, like, come take care of me because I was bleeding out of the back of my head. They were afraid I might have a freaking concussion. Like, he smacked me on the ass hard enough to bruise me. He's grabbed me on the arm hard enough to bruise me. And that was only within the, like, 2 to 3 months that we were together. like IRL. We were mostly a long distance relationship. Every summer he would come over. So within 2 or 3 months, if he could be that shitty, imagine if I had actually like stayed with him and agreed to marry him. Like being with someone 24/7, 365 days a year, I would have ended up dead. Like he can deny all this all he wants, but there are multiple witnesses to this bullshit. Like, my aunt will tell you the same thing. My friends will all tell you the same thing. My sister, who hates my fucking guts, will tell you the same thing. The only person who will try to back him up is my mother, and that's because my mother tries to live vicariously through me and wanted this cute 20-year-old guy to be with her. Like, it just, it pisses me off when people try to back him up over the shit. It does. But it is October. It is October, I don't know what day it is, actually. It's like the middle of October. Meaning it has been an entire year since I've been away from that bullshit. And I am so fucking proud of myself. Like, you have no idea how happy I am to not have to deal with that shit anymore. Like, yeah, cool. I have issues with dating because I never really got to date. I had been dating my ex from the ages of like 13 to 18, which is ridiculous. Like, that's a long time. But I'm figuring it out. I'm learning what I do and do not like in a partner. I am figuring out that, yeah, I'm 19 years old. All the girls that want to date me are in high school and immature as fuck. And all the guys that want to date me are like 20 to 30 years old and see me as a commodity. So it's a little depressing. But the guy I'm currently friends with benefits, essentially, with, is a total sweetheart. He's